Hey guys, welcome back. So if you saw my last video, you'll know that I talked all about punny cozy mystery titles and basically had an epic list of cozy mysteries whose titles I absolutely adored because of their wit and their puns. Now, when creating that list, I came across a handful of puns based on Murder, She Wrote. And if you are new around here, let me just go ahead and put it out there. I am a huge Murder, She Wrote fan. I actually have a video talking all about my love of the series and showing off my collection. And for those of you who are not new around here, you'll understand exactly why this was such a big deal for me. Instead of burying it in the list of all of the other cozy mysteries, I thought that our girl Jessica Fletcher and all the people who paid homage to her deserved an entire video by themselves. So that said, I'm actually kind of making this a part 1B to the previous video because today I'm going to basically spotlight a handful of books that are Murder, She Wrote related puns. Now, most of these books actually all are titled very similarly, which, I mean, that's obvious because that's what makes them related or nod to Murder, She Wrote. But there's one on here that I want your opinion on because I included it and I wasn't sure if it technically fit into the category, but it seems like it does. Anyway, we'll talk about it when I get to it. So that said, I'm bringing out my handy dandy list. And don't worry, this list is nowhere near exhaustive as the last video. But like I said, I wanted to pay respects to my girl Jessica Fletcher and just do this video separate to list out the titles that are related to Murder, She Wrote. And again, just like in the first video, I'm actually not going to read out the synopsis of these because the entire point is to be compelled based on the title alone. Not really quite sure how that's going to work out this time around since, again, a lot of the titles are the same, but I just get a kick out of it. And actually, that's a perfect opportunity for you guys to give me your thoughts in the comments because based on these titles, are you still compelled to pick the book up or is it just something for myself because I am a huge Murder, She Wrote fan? Let me know in the comments and I'm going to go ahead and start on this list. Okay, so this first one I thought was adorable and funny and charming. It's actually the first book in the Hill Country Cozy Mystery series, and it's called Murder, She Goat. Obviously, that's based on Murder, She Wrote, but in this case, it's the word goat. And again, I thought that that was charming. I'm getting kind of like farmy vibes, but I'm not going to tell you what the book is about because that's not the point of this video. But yes, super adorable. Next, we have Mocha, She Wrote, which is book 13 in my beloved Bake Shop Mystery series. And this one is actually a little bit different because it doesn't actually use the word murder, or rather the format murder she, but more just leading with the word mocha. And that's what makes it a pun. And again, because I'll just say really quickly that this series does take place around a bakery, mocha totally makes sense in this context, making this that much more better of a cozy mystery title. Next, we have Murder, She Barked. So, you know, Paws and Claws is technically the series. It's book 1 and totally makes sense because Paws and Claws, you would assume between that and the word barked that it's some kind of animal themed cozy mystery. This one is also fun, and I should probably say, you know, in this case, the titles plus the covers is really what's going to kind of come together as a combo and make this an interesting pickup. But again, I could have a blank cover and still be compelled to pick these up because of the titles alone. Okay, so next we have Murder, She Meowed. So, you know, I had to kind of follow it up. First we have barking, now we have meowing. It's a whole little McDonald farm, but this is actually part of a different series. So this is part of Mrs. Murphy's Mystery series. So if you are an animal cozy mystery lovers, be sure to check out both of them because obviously, even though the titles are very similar, they're technically different storylines and different series. Okay, next we have Murder, She Knit. This one is actually a very obvious choice for me, and it might have been the first Murder, She Wrote themed title that I came across, which kind of spawned the whole idea of me looking to see if there were more. This is part of the Knit and Nibble mystery. This is actually the first book that kicks off the series. And like I said, it was the first kind of Murder, She Wrote homage that I came across, and the rest is history from there. Okay, so this next one is actually 3 books, all part of the same series, but I wanted to spotlight this one because the entire series is based on Murder, She Wrote puns, which, thank you. I love it. And so naturally I wanted to feature this entire series. There's technically only 3 books so far, but I wanted to list them all out for you guys. And I just think that that's such a level of commitment that I'm totally here for. Respect to the author for this one. So this is the Murder, She Reported mystery series. So the first book is actually titled from the series. So book 1 is Murder, She Reported. Book 2 is Murder, She Uncovered. And then book 3 is Murder, She Encountered. So I'm here for all of those. I don't know our sleuth's name because, to be honest, I've never read this series, but the simple fact that the author dedicated the entire name of the series to keep within this Murder, She Wrote trope, I mean, I'm compelled to pick it up from that alone. Okay, so this last book, kind of rounding out our list, I wanted to talk to you all about and get your feedback on because it does not follow the format of any of the other titles that we talked about. It's got kind of a different reference. And again, I wasn't sure if I should include it on the list, but I wanted to include it just in case and so that we'd have something to chat about. So the title of the book is Elementary She Read, which is technically, okay, so it's book 1 in the Sherlock Holmes Bookshop Mystery series. And it's kind of like a hodgepodge of Murder, She Wrote and Sherlock Holmes because Sherlock has a line where he says, "Elementary, my dear Watson." And so obviously that's where you've got the elementary part from. But then you've got the whole comma, she, verb formatting, which screams Murder, She Wrote. So again, I wasn't technically sure if I should include it, but I'm going to go ahead and include it anyway because there's just enough Murder, She Wrote elements, I think, to have it be part of this list. Even though it doesn't follow the exact formatting of the other ones, I think that elementary, comma, she read, I still get Murder, She Wrote vibes off of that. Again, anytime I see like a verb and a comma and then the word she, I think Murder, She Wrote. I know I'm getting way into like grammar lessons here, but I love Murder, She Wrote, and these are the things that I think about people. So there you have it. Okay, so that said, yeah, let me know not only if you think that that last one should technically count as a Murder, She Wrote kind of spin-off or nod, but also let me know what you thought about the rest of the list. Now, if you've stuck around this long, chances are you too are a Murder, She Wrote fan, so I trust asking for your feedback in the comments, but I know that this list is different than the one that I had previously because it's focused on one specific reference, but when you love that reference, you got to talk about it as much as possible, am I right? Okay, so that said, as usual, please like and subscribe if you did like this video. Let me know what you thought about this video. I'm gonna go ahead and link my Murder, She Wrote video, like I said, in the cue cards and at the end of this video, so that if you haven't seen that video, at least you can understand where my like obsession comes from. But in the meantime, happy reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!